Hi, I'm Steph Houghton, captain for the Women's England and Manchester City football team. Becoming a teen can be a confusing time in any girl's life. There are so many questions going round in your head, but you can often be too embarrassed to ask anyone for the answers. And that's why I'm supporting the Lil-Lets campaign to give you one less thing to worry about. Find out more at becomingateen.co.uk. I think my first period was probably when I was around 13 or 14, and at the time I probably didn't really know that much about them, as much as I probably should have after speaking to my mum. And I just remember shouting at my mum and going, I don't know what's going on, and then it was a case of, right, okay, this is what happens. And I had such a supportive mum that she helped calm us down and just realised that it's just all about growing up and that it was a good thing and trying to see it as a good thing and a positive thing. It would be good to go and ask people, ask your mum and ask about what happens, or ask friends that have potentially started before you, and don't be scared to ask, because every woman goes through it and it's an important time in your life and it's quite a big thing now when you look back at it. Yeah, I think it's a great idea to be prepared, and you never know when it's going to come around and you never know when you're going to start. So I think whether that's having a little pack in your school bag or in your handbag, it's always important to feel prepared, and I think it gives you that little bit of confidence when it does happen, that you feel as though, okay, right, I'm ready, yeah. And yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think you shouldn't be ashamed to have that in your bag, and it's part of life and it's all part of growing up. No, not at all. I think nothing was going to ever stop us playing any sort of sport, and whether it was your period or not. I think it's important that you realise that because you may be on your period doesn't mean that you can't participate in sport, and I think it gives you a lot of confidence that you can do that. And every girl's the same. There's always going to be a point when someone's on the period, but it is important that you just carry on as normal and do whatever you do in everyday life. I think it's whatever you prefer, and don't be scared to try, whether it's a pad or a tampon. And I think when I first started my period, I think my mum was more likely to say, yeah, okay, we use the pads, but I think it depends on how you feel and how comfortable you feel. And I think I wouldn't be the same as what I use now, but at the time it was what I was comfortable with in school, and in that case it was pads. But I think be open to use either one, just try and find out what's best for you and then go from there. I would have wished to have known a lot more about them before I actually started my periods. I think it's important that you know that information, whether that comes from your parents, it comes from classes in school or from friends. I think it is important that you do know the reasons why you're changing, and that is a good thing that you are changing. I think I would have been better prepared, but thankfully my mum was amazing in terms of realising that this is what happens and making sure that I wasn't scared. It was just all about going through a process of growing up and being like every other woman.